Day 2 on the Suzuki. Today we're just gonna mount up our suspension brackets. This should be a pretty easy project because unlike the rear of the Suzuki, the front end is actually wide open and super easy to work with. Let's throw it to time lapse. All right, we're moving the whole suspension back in the front about 3/4 of an inch to work with our new A-arms. And that would put us about exactly where we are on the rear. The wheelbase should stay about the same. It looks about lined up. Let's keep going with it. All right, as you saw, we had to go in and modify one of these brackets just to be able to push our mounts as far forward as possible to keep the wheelbase from bumping here. So we're gonna mount up our suspension, trying to push everything forward and see if it's still an issue. All right, so now that we've fit our new dual A-arm suspension onto our Suzuki, our next challenge is going to be that we've actually changed our front wheel bolt pattern from what I believe is 85mm here, and we've changed to the more popular 4x110. We're just gonna pull off our front wheels of our Predator 90 over here. Those have a bolt pattern of 4x144, and we're gonna use our front wheel conversions to convert from our 4x110 to those 4x144. So let's go over to the Predator and get our wheels. All right, now that I got one of these tires off and I'm comparing them, here's the stock Suzuki tire versus our Polaris Predator 90 tire, and they actually seem to be about the same size. So hopefully we aren't going to run into any issues here. I'm going to grab our wheel conversions and install them here. So the way our wheel conversions work, you just put on the wheel conversion bracket, then you can take the stock nuts and you bolt them back onto the plate, and then you can take your new wheels with the hardware we provide with the kit and just bolt on your larger bolt pattern to this conversion bracket. All right, so now that we've thrown on our Predator 90 wheels, this fender flare is going to be an issue. We can only get about half a turn before we start rubbing. So we'll probably just trim that up. For now, I want to get the other half of this bolted on so you guys can see what the full dual A-arm suspension looks like bolted up to the Suzuki. And then our last project will be converting from our Suzuki's 3-bolt pattern on the rear here. You can see that goofy pattern. We're gonna switch that over, convert to a 4-bolt pattern, probably a 110. That will go with our Predator 90 rear wheels, just to keep our wheels all consistent here. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit the thumbs up button, comment what you find interesting about this build. Let's get to it. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that looks pretty sweet. Now to wrap up this video, I'm gonna spin around the quad and convert our 3-hole bolt pattern over to a 4-hole bolt pattern so we can throw on wheel spacers and get ready for our next video, which will be test riding our Z90 dual A-arm kit. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.